Crochet didn't work. I have made a door. You're good. I've made a door. We're gonna try and do this. Maybe not all of this tonight, because it's already 9 p.m., but all the parts are out. So enjoy a montage of me attempting to figure out what I'm doing. As John's making a dragon. I got him a dragon for Christmas. So he's making this. Which isn't Lego, but you like it so far.
It's Lego adjacent.
It's pretty, you said that the pieces feel pretty close to Lego.
Yes, they do.
And as of right now, it honestly looks very Lego-esque, so. And it was a slightly cheaper version, and Lego doesn't have a dragon head.
They do not.
So he got a dragon head. This is our Christmas plans. This is like our
this was kind of our backup.
Backup, basically, like triple backup, essentially. I had rings at one point.
Did, and I thought you put them up on the coffee bar.
Are they up on the coffee bar? No, they're not. I think they're down here at some point. Should probably find my wedding rings.
Might be.
I found them. They're over by the bread. We're good. That is also rising currently. I'm so sorry. Oh, you poor thing. We just keep waking you up with loud noises, don't we?
How could you?
She's very mad right now.
She's a little grumpy.
She is glaring at me. Hi. No, you're looking at me. Okay, I won't look at you.
Don't touch me.
Don't touch me. You made me mad. All right, it is Saturday. I have a kitty friend. She's hungry. She wants food, and she's mad that I won't give her lunch yet, even though it's only 9:30 in the morning. But I wanted to do a little quick little book haul because for the first time in a long time, I got multiple books for Christmas for the holidays, and I'm very touched by it. They're from two people. One of my best friends who lives out in Australia right now. She comes and visits like once every other year or so. She moves for work, so she's all over the place. Hi. And please don't rub against that. I would appreciate it if you wouldn't do that. But we've known each other since we were 4 years old, and books have always been a thing for us. So Anna, thank you. She got me House of Dusk by Deva Fagan. I have never heard of this one. But I'm just gonna read you guys the summary because I feel like that's the easiest way to do this. I am sitting on the floor, yes. Can I help you? You might be able to hear the kitty cat purring because she's literally right here. You can see her tail. There she is. Yeah, you want to hear the story? All right. 10 years ago, Sephra left behind her life as a war hero and took holy vows to seek redemption for her crimes, wielding the flames of the phoenix to purify the dead. But as corpses rise and a long-dead god stirs and shadowy serpents creep from the underworld, she has no choice but to draw on the very past she's been trying so hard to forget. Orphaned by the same war Sephra helped win, Yenneris has trained half her life to be the perfect spy. A blade slipped deep into the palace of her enemies, undercover as bodyguard to Sinnoh, a princess whose tears unleash prophecy. Yenneris is searching for the stolen bones of a saint. Her growing attraction to the princess, however, is proving dangerous, and Yenneris struggles to balance her feelings for Sinnoh with her duty to her people. As gods are reborn and spirits destroyed, the world trembles on the edge of a second cataclysm. Sephra must decide whether to be bound by her past or to forge a better future, even if it means renouncing her vows and accepting a new and terrible power. Meanwhile, when the real enemy makes their bid for power, Yenneris must find a way to remain true to her full self and save both her mission and her heart. As dead gods rise and corruption creeps across the world, this sweeping standalone fantasy tale of forbidden sapphic love and dark betrayal will set your heart ablaze. I'm very intrigued. I love it. That sounds really cool. And I absolutely love this cover. It is so pretty. But I have never heard of this. So, we'll see. I'm curious. And then, John and I were talking before the holidays. And I made the mention that, like, in recent years, I have almost never gotten books for Christmas because my family never knows what to get me. So he said, okay, make an Amazon wish list. And I was like, okay, sure, why not? So I did. He did not buy off the Amazon wish list. He bought from a bookstore. But he ended up buying me 5 books. Because my husband is wonderful and he knows that I really love getting books for Christmas. And he really knows that I love getting books and I love books in general. And so he picked some that he said sounded interesting and the ones he could find, honestly. So that's really more what it is. The first one he got me is Rewitched by Lucy Jane Wood. Belladonna Blackthorn hasn't lost her magic spark precisely, but she hasn't seen it in a while either. With her witchcraft under wraps and a toxic boss making her days miserable, Belle is struggling to keep her beloved lunar book afloat and just make it through the day. The last thing she has time for is perfecting her magic. So when her 30th birthday brings a summons from her coven in a trial that tests her worthiness as a witch, Belle fears the worst. With only the month of October left to either prove herself or risk losing her magic forever, Belle will need all the help she can get, from the woman in her life, from an unlikely mentor figure, and even from an infuriating coven watchman who's sworn to protect her. It sounds so cute. I don't know. And this cover is so adorable. It just makes me happy. So I am honestly very excited to read this. I'll probably pick it up quicker than originally planned. And I didn't know which ones he grabbed because, again, like I said, he didn't buy off Amazon, so I didn't get to see which ones he bought. What are you doing? Lana! Hey, stop that. Oh, you're licking your foot. That looked really, really weird, honey. All right, next one he got me was the Baby Dragon Cafe because he found it at the shop. Welcome to the cutest and most complicated cafe in town. When Saphira opens her cafe for customers with pet baby dragons, she isn't expecting it to be quite so hard to keep the fires burning. But her young dragon patrons keep incinerating the furniture, which means selling coffee isn't covering her costs. Local heartthrob Aiden is a gardener, though his disobedient baby dragon is a major distraction from his beloved plants. However, Saphira's cafe gives him an idea. He'll ask Saphira to train his dragon and pay her enough to keep the cafe afloat. They know they're the answer to each other's problems, but happy-go-lucky Saphira and gorgeous but grumpy Aiden couldn't be more different. Can they find a way to work together and maybe even ignite some fire of their own? I know this is going to be cliche, I know this is going to be predictable, but it just sounds cute and like, I just love the idea of a baby dragon cafe. Alright, next one he got me was The Enchanted Greenhouse by Sarah Beth Durst. So if you know, I tried to read the Spell Shop earlier this year, and I didn't really like the main character. I have been told that I would like this one better, so I'm going to give it a shot. I also really love this cover and the concept behind these books, and Sarah Beth Durst is a lovely person. She's so friendly. And this is technically a standalone, it's just in the same world as the Spell Shop, if I recall correctly. Elsewhere in the Empire, on a remote island brimming with singing flowers, honey cakes, and honeyed love, Tarula Perna broke the law because she was lonely. She cast a spell and created a magically sentient spider plant. As punishment, she was turned into a wooden statue and tucked away in an alcove in the north reading room of the Great Library of Elysium. This should have been the end of her story, yet one day, Terlu wakes in the cold of winter on a nearly deserted island full of hundreds of magical greenhouses. She's starving and freezing, and the only other human on the island is a grumpy gardener. To her surprise, he offers Terlu a place to sleep, clean clothes, and freshly baked honey cakes, at least until she's ready to sail home. But Terlu doesn't want to return home, and as she grows closer with the unwittingly charming gardener Yarrow, she learns the magic that sustains the greenhouse is failing, causing the death of everyone within them. Causing the death of everything within them. Terlu knows she must help, even if that means breaking the law again. This time, though, she isn't alone. Assisted by Yarrow and a sentient rose, Terlu must unravel the secrets of a long-dead sorcerer if she wants to save the island and have a fresh chance at happiness and love. It just sounds cute, and so we do hear mention of Terlu in the spell shop. She's the one who creates the sentient spider plant, as we know. So she is mentioned, and I'm very curious by this. I think this will be a lot of fun. I think this will be really cute, and I am really hoping to enjoy it. Next, he also picked up The Raven Scholar. He said he didn't want to pick up all high fantasy books just because he knows I have a lot of them. And they are what he gravitates towards, but actually all of these have some aspect of fantasy, so that's fair. This one I did read as part of my read a chapter challenge, and I really, really liked it. I just didn't get a chance to read it, so. And if I recall correctly, the description doesn't do much for it, but maybe it does. I don't remember. Alright, let us fly now to the Empire of Oron, where after 24 years of peace, the reign of Burson the Brusque has come to an end. In the dizzying heat of midsummer, 7 exceptional warriors, thinkers, and strategists compete to replace him. When one of them is murdered, it falls to Nima Kra, the Emperor's brilliant, idiosyncratic high scholar, to find the killer and fight for the throne. Nima believes she is alone, but we are here to help. All she has to do is let us in. If she succeeds, we will win the Empire. If she fails, death awaits her. But we won't let that happen. We are the Raven, and we are magnificent. So, I don't know. I only read the first chapter. I really liked the way it was written, though. And I also really love this cover. It's so pretty. It is the first book in a trilogy. This one just came out this past year in 2023. The last book that John got me was actually a recommendation from a friend of his that I've actually been recommended as well, and that's Guards Guards by Terry Pratchett. So for those of you who don't know, Terry Pratchett wrote the Color of Magic series, and this is a part of that. For the Color of Magic series, you're not necessarily recommended by him to read it in publication order. He has a couple different orders to read it on his website, and one of the books that you can start with is Guards Guards. So John got me Guards Guards at the recommendation of a friend of ours who, she's just walking back and forth, yeah. Who has read a lot of his books. This is a part of the Discworld series. I think it's like technically like book number like 12 or something like that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sorry, technically that's book number 8, but you don't read the series in order. Even Terry Pratchett says you don't want to do that, so we start here. I have also started another book called Mort by Terry Pratchett. It's in the same world, and it's a very fun. He's a very whimsical, very like tongue-in-cheek sort of writing style, and this book I've heard is very much that. Insurrection is in the air in the city of Ankh-Morpork. Ankh-Morpork. The haves and the have-nots are about to face off. Again. It's old news to Captain Sam Vimes in the city's ramshackle night watch, but this time something is different. The have-nots have found the key to a dormant lethal weapon that even they can't fully control, and they're about to unleash a campaign of terror in the city. Long believed extinct, the Draco Nobilis, noble dragon for those who don't understand italics, can now be seen patrolling the skies above Discworld's greatest city. Not only does this unwelcome visitor have a nasty habit of charbroiling everything in its path, but it's also soon crowned king. It is a noble dragon, after all. Can Vimes, Captain Carrot, and the rest of the Ankh-Morpork City Watch restore order before it's burnt to a crisp? I did look at a little bit more at this one, and I really like, so the dedication, they may be called the Palace Guard, the City Guard, or the Patrol. Whatever the name, their purpose in any work of heroic fantasy is identical. It is round about chapter 3 or 10 minutes into the film, to rush into the room, attack the hero one at a time, and be slaughtered. No one ever asks them if they want to. This book is dedicated to those fine men. I thought that was fun. So that's my little book haul. And I'm doing this right now because I am cleaning up from Christmas finally. So, yep, this is what we got. Yay. So, there we go. All right, I'm going to keep cleaning, and I will talk to you guys later. All right, I finished Dinner at the Night Library by Hika Harada. I'm giving this a 3.25. It was good. It was, I don't want to say nothing special. It was a literary story. I expected it to be literary story. It was kind of more of an exploration of the different employees of this library that's only open at night and where they were before. And it was fun. It was interesting. It was entertaining. I did find myself compelled to read it. I was enjoying myself very much so. And that's about it. That's about where I'm at with this one. So we got that one done. It's not that I wouldn't recommend it. I would recommend it, but it's not for everybody. I am still working on The Hunger of the Gods. Yeah. One of John's favorite series. And I'm debating what I'm gonna add on to that. I think I'm going to add on When the Moon Hatched. But I don't know. I'm kind of like, meh. So I might do that one, but I also have a paperback on my TBR for this month. And I originally was going to read Love at First Sighting, but I also got Rewitched from my husband for Christmas. And I kind of want to read that one because that's about witchy burnout, and I'm feeling that right now. Not the witchy part, but the burnout part. So I might just pick up Rewitched. We'll see. I'll let you know when I decide. I don't know. gonna be it. All right. All right, let's do a recap of what I got through this week. Now, what I didn't end up showing you really was the fact that I did not finish the bookshop that I was building. I'm still working on it, still working on the pieces, putting all of the books together that belong in the what would it be? The diorama, like in the diorama of it. I think it would be a diorama. Just the books themselves are taking a very long time, so I just haven't gotten all that together yet. I will probably get it together next week at some point, because I do have a couple of days off because of the new year. But I did get some more of it done, so that is still a work in progress. That's why you don't have an updated image of it. I didn't work on it a heck of a lot more since the last clip I had in here in this video. But I did want to share what I read, even though it was all at the end of the video, because I didn't honestly read much. I also really didn't film much, in case you missed that. I missed that. I just did. It was kind of a odd week, so the holidays are always a weird time of year, so yes. But I did finish Dinner at the Night Library by Hikaharada. Like I said, 3.5 stars. I'm enjoying it. It is fine. Or I enjoyed it. It was a good book. Would recommend. I enjoyed it. That's like basically the end of that. It is a library book, so I gotta take it back. I am still working on Hunger of the Gods. I have not made it any further than I was before, I don't think. I'm on chapter 14, page 114, so I'm slowly making my way through it. I highly doubt I'm gonna finish this series before the end of the year, unfortunately. And then I did start Rewitch, so this is what I'm using as my paperback choice. I am 16 pages into this book, but so far I am thoroughly enjoying myself. We had our last Christmas celebration today with my family, so didn't get a lot of reading time in, which is fine. But I did start this book, and the first 16 pages were a good time. I enjoyed myself. So yeah, that's where we're at, and that's where I'm going to end this video today. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, please. It really does help me out in the long run. And until next time, guys, why don't you leave a comment? And if you do, leave a kitty cat emoji, because I think there's a cat emoji. You should leave a kitty cat, because kitty cats. And then, until next time, guys, stay safe, stay healthy, keep reading, and keep moving forward.